Hi guys, welcome back. Hua menta or good morning as they say in Finnish. I know many of you would have taken your first dose of the Covid-19 vaccines. Congratulations, I'm sure you made the right choice. Whether you've taken the Oxford AstraZeneca or the Covaxin or the Moderna or the Pfizer, there is a period of 4 weeks or 6 weeks between the two doses. And if you are somebody who's in this period, there are 8 points which I would like to really bring to your notice. I'm Dr.Santhosh Jacob, orthopedic surgeon and Covid-19 physician from the city of Chennai, Tamil Nadu in India. Right now, I am in this beautiful city of Turku, which is in the south of Finland, and the reason why I'm dressed in layers is even though it is spring here, the temperature here is 1 degree and the outdoors is beautiful. So today's video is going to be divided into 3 segments. In the first segment, I will be talking about the manufacturer and the timing, that is when you should take your second dose. In the second segment, I'll be talking about what you should expect after your second dose of the COVID vaccines. Will your side effects be more? Should you take any medication preemptively or before the dose? And then what if you develop any side effects like the COVID arm? And finally, the don'ts and the do's during that 4-week or 6-week period. And the third segment will be about when your immunity actually starts working and whether you should mask up or not. And if you're somebody who's interested to know about Covishield or Covaxin, there is another video in which I go in great detail and simplicity about which is the vaccine you should be taking. So if you're somebody who still hasn't taken the vaccine and you have a choice between Covishield and Covaxin, this is the video which you have to see. Coming back to the first segment, manufacturer and when you should take your second dose. Point number 1. The manufacturer. Hey guys, you have to take the second dose from the same manufacturer as you did the first dose. I and many of my colleagues have been getting phone calls from many of our patients who have taken the first dose of the vaccine if they can take the second dose from a different manufacturer. Till date, there have been no studies which have been done testing the safety and efficacy of cross-matching these vaccines. So the CDC and the ICMR do not recommend mixing of any COVID-19 vaccine products. There are certain special situations in which you can mix the vaccine. That is, if the first dose which you took is just not available and the manufacturing has stopped, or you do not know which is the first dose of the vaccine which you took. Other than these, there is no mixing of any COVID-19 vaccines. Coming to point number 2, which is more interesting. What is the duration you should wait? Of course, the universal time period for most vaccines all over the world, that is the dual dose vaccines, is 4 weeks. And that is because the phase 2 and phase 3 trials in most countries were done for a period of 4 weeks. But recently, an Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine trial done in the UK shows that the efficacy was much better when the second dose was taken after a period of 6 weeks up to a period of 3 months. And they found that the efficacy increased by almost 8% when we waited for a period of 3 months after the first dose. So if you have an appointment for the second dose of the vaccine and you have a trip and you have to either prepone it or postpone it, it is definitely a better idea from the current evidence which is available to postpone it. So anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks is considered a generally good time, but evidence coming out now suggests that waiting for 3 months might not be a really bad idea. Especially for senior citizens who are above 65, waiting for 3 months could create a much more stable antibody response. And that is what is being practiced in many countries in Europe, especially in Finland. Point number 3. Your side effects might be more than what you had after your first dose of your COVID vaccine. Studies are showing that in people less than the age of 65, only 8% of them are getting any side effects at all after the first dose, whereas after the second dose, 33% of those who are vaccinated are getting side effects. And I want to explain to you why this happens in the first place. When you get your first dose of the COVID vaccine, your immediate immune response or your soldier cells do not know that you have been vaccinated or there is a germ inside you, and they don't react. But the vaccination goes and activates your later immune response, or your immune response which has the memory. And during this period of 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 3 months, your late immune response or your secondary immune response starts to train your soldier cells, react to any similar virus or spike protein if it attacks the second time. And when we give the second booster dose, your soldier cells and your immediate immune response are ready, and that's why you get the fever, the body pain, and all the fatigue. So it is in fact a very good thing. Now, coming to those above 65, the number of side effects which are noted are much lesser in those above 65 than those below it. From here, I would like to take you to point number 4, where should you take any painkillers because you've heard that the side effects of the second dose are more? My advice is no. Because when you take preemptive painkillers, you sometimes reduce the immune response which the vaccine naturally creates. But if you're somebody who's on painkillers on a doctor's advice, then I definitely recommend that you call your doctor and find out whether you can take the painkillers or not. From here, let us go to point number 5, which is rash on your arms. If you are somebody who has got rash on your arms after the first dose of the COVID vaccine, no, I'm not talking about the fatigue or the soreness in your arm or the pain, redness in your arm. If you developed rashes on your arm after 3 days of the COVID vaccine, then that is known as the COVID arm. The CDC suggests that even if you have got a COVID arm, that it's not a problem, and they recommend that you take your second dose in the other arm, but do not miss the dose. Point number 6, if you have any scheduled vaccinations in this 6 weeks waiting period, it's better to not have those vaccinations. Call your doctor. Unless you require a tetanus toxoid after an injury or you're in the middle of a hepatitis epidemic, do not schedule any vaccinations in this period, as the safety and efficacy of the COVID-19 vaccine has not yet been studied in conjunction with other vaccinations. I would also recommend not to schedule anything important or any social meetings for up to 48 hours after your second dose, considering that the side effects in some people might be just a little bit more. If you're somebody who's been watching this video for so long, then it means that you are interested in science and you're trying to understand the rationale, which brings me to my 7th and 8th point. That is, when do you actually get your immunity? Studies are saying that you start developing antibody response somewhere around 2 weeks, and it continues to build to a period of 3 months. Universally, all the phase 1, 2 and 3 trials have been done at a period of 4 weeks, and that is the reason why the phase 3 trials have been recommended at 4 weeks. Now, your immunity starts almost around 2 weeks after you get your second dose. So when you want the 90% efficacy of Pfizer or the 80% efficacy of the AstraZeneca, it is available to somebody who has a normal immune system, which is not immunocompromised, 2 weeks after the second dose. And if you're somebody who's older, somebody who has an immunocompromised health status, like you've been a diabetic for a very long time, or you have an autoimmune problem, then your immune response or the complete protection of the vaccine is available to you only after a period of 12 weeks after the second dose. And even then, I would recommend that you do an antibody test to find out if you have enough antibodies specifically against the spike protein of the COVID-19, because a normal antibody test might not be positive for you. Point here, 2 weeks after your second vaccine, if you're somebody who's not immunocompromised, if you're somebody who has comorbidities, then 3 months is a good time. Coming to another sensitive topic, that is whether you have to wear a mask or not. Now, I'm just going to bring science into it. In order for us to be absolutely sure, we need to have achieved herd immunity. That is 70% of our population. It can even be a population in your city. If 70% of your population has been vaccinated, then we can stop wearing masks. The reason is, if we who believe in science do not adhere to the herd immunity percentage of COVID-19, which is for the old variant somewhere around 65 to 70% should be vaccinated, and with the new variant it could be around 75 to 80%. And I believe that as those who believe in science, that we should wear masks till herd immunity is achieved in your population. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And also, I just wanted to say that I've shot the entire video within 2 hours. So the climate changing is what happens in spring in 2 hours in Finland. If you found the content interesting and you'd like to hear more about it, press like and also subscribe to my channel and press the notification button so that you get such regular updates. Signing off from the beautiful city of Turku in Finland, Dr. Santhosh Jacob. See you soon in India.